revivalhouse.net. I'm Aaron, here with Zach again for another commentary. What's up, Zach? How are you doing, man?
Nothing much, man. I'm good.
Well, Zach gave me some amazing news this past week when he told me that Wayne's World 2 was streaming on Amazon Prime after, like, hot on the heels of me complaining that the sequel is never streaming. It's always the first one, right? So It was great. And I don't hate this movie. Some people shit all over it, but to me, it's every bit as on par as the first one. I know the first one's the first one, and this one's a big case of sequelitis where they kind of, don't fix something that isn't broke per se, right? And it's very much like normal sequels to a successful movie where the budget's a little bigger. I mean, just only in the sense that there's a shit ton of cameos, right? That happens with every sequel, more cameos and shit. But other than that, it feels like Wayne's World. I don't see what the big fucking deal is. But there's so many fucking cameos in it, man. But I like it a lot, and I think I like them equally. But I just always see the first one. So this one I pine for a little more, just because I don't watch it as much. But are you ready to get going?
Hell yeah, I haven't seen this forever.
All right, Amazon Prime, everybody. If you guys want to follow along, we're zeroed out. It's probably going to be right before the Paramount logo, I guess. But let's do a 3, 2, 1 play as we normally do. Ready? 3, 2, 1, play.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh,
You got that motherfucking mountain, man. Who you think did that logo?
I have no fucking clue, man.
I gots to know. I gotta meet him and suck his dick. I'm assuming it's a guy. What if it's a chick?
Could be.
I lick her clit up. Let her piss on my face.
I heard, it's not even a thing I heard. I mean, I heard it out of Penelope Spheeris' mouth. She was on a podcast fairly recently for the anniversary of the original one. And I guess, she didn't do the second one because she had such a hard time filming with Mike Myers in the first one.
Is she the director?
She was of the first one.
Yeah, I remember I saw that on they had a creative differences or something.
He was just a pill, I guess. But she doesn't say that in like a horrible way. She's like, she wasn't talking shit on him. She was saying, he's great. He was just super, like, you could tell it was his baby. Like, he was just fucking, nothing could please him. He was just difficult, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Man, it's been so long since I've seen this.
Plant World.
They're just all called it something world, man. We should have called this podcast Zach World.
No, why would we fucking do that? As with you as always with Aaron, the guy that was doing it 7 years before you.
Yeah, you had to have known that I was going to join later. What's funny too is that people listening don't even know it, but like, you only asked me to come on once and I just haven't left.
That's kind of what happened. Well, it's kind of like he came on once, and then Riverman started bailing like a motherfucker, like he always kind of does, and it started happening. I'm like, hey, Zach, want to come back on? And it just kind of happened. But I think we developed a beautiful chemistry. I mean, if you were a woman, I would impregnate you.
I wouldn't let you, bitch.
This is great. I think that guy behind the camera, I think he's supposed to be the same guy from the first one. The bad guy, the bully from Encino Man, who played in the first Wayne's World.
Yeah.
Do you want me to? I think that's supposed to be the same guy because it's a different actor, but everybody else is the same, right?
Yeah.
And he kind of has that same kind of bridge nose and long hair. I think they just kind of like recast him.
What if he just got some plastic surgery? It's the same guy.
What's crazy is like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know why that guy would have turned down this role. He wasn't exactly a super hot actor or anything. I bet you maybe he was a pill on set. Maybe he was just like his character in Encino Man. Total asshole.
Oh, I was just doing what he did in the movie.
Yeah.
They live in Aurora, Illinois, man. I should go hang out with them.
Yeah. I've always loved his fucking loft, man.
What a babe.
Just give a dog a bone.
Yeah. Doesn't he like talk about the leprechaun in this movie?
That was the first one. I'm the leprechaun.
I think it's this one.
No, it's not, dude.
I don't know.
I'm the leprechaun.
I think you're wrong.
I'm pretty sure it's the first one. I'm sure somebody out there listening is yelling at it right now. I'll be like, and they know the answer. I think it's the first one. I'm an leprechaun. But this is good. I think it's every bit as satisfying as the first one. And it's got the same subplot of some industry guy trying to steal Cassandra away from him. I think Christopher Walken is every bit as good as fucking Rob Lowe. And the main plot, though, like in the first one, it's their cable show going big time and the Benjamin character ripping him off or whatever. Whereas this one, he's trying to put on Wayne stock.
Exactly.
This massive festival. But by the end of the movie, you can tell this massive festival has like fucking 3,000 people there.
Mm-hmm.
It looks so tiny. And I'm like, this has Aerosmith and supposedly Pearl Jam and all these fucking crazy ass Van Halen. Wow, Van Halen. Who else?
Apparently Nirvana was offered to be in it too.
That's kind of against what they were all about. I'm pretty sure they said no. Right?
Yeah, they said no.
Or obviously. Handsome Dan.
Dude, you didn't do it. You ruined it.
Handsome Dan is so cool. He must get a million chicks.
Handsome Dan. You think that like it's like that for people listening to this who don't know what we look like? Well, I guess if you know Mac and Zach, you know what I look like and what he looks like. But we're ruining that illusion, man. We could be really buff and shit. Actually, I'm really buff, and Aaron's just a fat fuck.
Find us on Facebook.
Can I have a donut? He didn't even like cut out what he said.
This bit's hilarious. Thank you. Yeah. Drive around, please.
That reminds me of that scene from Married with Children where Marcy asks Al, like, you gonna be ordering food through a clown's head the rest of your life? And then he looks over at Peg and opens her mouth and yells into it, give me some dinner. That show's
Speaking
awesome.
Of Children, I know you've been wanting to do like commentaries of like that show, but it made me think of, we had some requests on if you look at the comments on the New Nightmare podcast, there were some requests
sweet.
for some movies. And surprisingly, 2 of the requests in this guy's list of movies were Psycho 2 and 3 and 4.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and I would really like to do Psycho 2 or 3. I think 3 would be like the really oddball choice, personally.
I think we should do them all.
Yeah, I agree. And as far as TV shows, this same gentleman, he pitched the Friday the 13th series.
Oh yeah, so. I never seen much of that. The only episode I really remember seeing of that show was the doll episode. That was a really good episode.
You know, that is a really good one. See, the thing is when that was on syndication on Sci-Fi Channel way back in the day, yeah. I was kind of addicted to it, and I watched every episode that I could, and I might have seen every episode. It was only on for 3 seasons, but the thing is I can't really remember any of them. And now that you mentioned the doll episode, that is one that I remember, because I had messaged him as well back on it was YouTube comments or whatever, and I asked him, all right, I will throw a couple episodes you might recommend, because obviously we're not going to do like whole series or anything like that necessarily. I just want to pick some special ones, but I think the doll one's good just because I can recall it. Dude, we should fucking do it.
I was planning on buying it too, so yeah, we should. The whole series is real cheap.
How much is that? Is it like a $30 thing?
I think it went down to $20 last time I looked.
Yeah. I'd consider it. I wish it was streaming though, man, because I really hate buying TV series on DVD. I mean, I
got the Tales from the Crypt entire series for $20. That's awesome.
I know. Tell everybody about your little score and how that happened.
Yeah, I guess Amazon fucked up and accidentally listed it for $20. And I actually, I don't know if you saw it right away, but I actually sent you and Riverman the link and said, dudes, they listed it for $20. But literally, you looked. I think you clicked it 2 minutes later, and it was already taken.
No, I did. I clicked it immediately, and I was like, it says it was out. It was out, and I think it was all in the comments and shit. What happened? I don't know.
Yeah.
But whatever, I missed out on it. They caught that real quick, or I don't know if it was sold out or what. But I would have got it for $20 all day fucking long. But you know, I wish it was streaming, man. Tales from the Crypt isn't streaming anywhere.
Yeah, maybe it's on HBO's streamer service.
You would I might be tempted more so to get the HBO service, at least for a little while, if they had like every HBO show that was ever under their umbrella. But you'd think they would, right? Because it's like if they want to even compete with like a Netflix,
they
in
should.
the slightest. Yeah, it's like they have their HBO original programming, which obviously is hot. Then since they're backloaded with all their HBO shows, but most of the vintage HBO shows are on Amazon Prime.
Oh man,
the vintage ones.
Look at Cassandra and a Prime, baby.
You're about to see Heather Locklear. There is a God. Heather be thy name.
I would eat her ass.
Dude, Chris, this is Batman Returns era, Christopher Walken.
Yeah, there's a couple of Batman Returns actors in this movie.
Let me think who else. Who am I missing?
The chick.
What chick?
Bruce Wayne's love interest.
That's Michelle Pfeiffer. She's not. Oh, you're talking about that's the first Batman, Kim Basinger.
Yeah, the first Batman. My bad.
Yeah.
I guess Rob Lowe was supposed to play this character. He's just playing a different character, but he passed, so they got Christopher Walken.
Wow, that would have been a bad move. That would have been too much of a repeat.
Yeah, he said that's why he declined.
Joe Perry's nipples have always scared me. They're always erect. And they're really dark. Look at him. Oh,
You're worthy.
Did I show him again? You're worthy. Get up.
Would you let fucking Steve Tyler suck your dick?
No.
I probably would.
Thought about it. Look at that. Dude, they couldn't.
They should have done another scene like the first movie. Like, backstage with Aerosmith. Thank you.
Dude, they couldn't even act a high five. Did you see them like giving the high fives? They're that shit of actors. Like they didn't even look real.
Heather.
Dude, she looks good. She looks really good. Right there.
Hell yeah. She still looks good,
shit.
I think.
She probably does. I haven't seen her in forever, but like she was like, this is Melrose Place and all that shit. So during that time, so she was really hot. It's not like she was super, super young there. She looks like she's in her 30s, right?
Mm-hmm.
My girlfriend's in there. Hey, a lot of people's girlfriends are in there.
Where have I seen that guy? I know I've seen him before. He
Yeah,
kind of
he
looks
familiar.
like Adam Sandler's fat friend in Billy Madison, but I don't think it's not him. Yeah, it's a different guy. But I know he's in other stuff. And here we're gonna have Bob Odenkirk and Robert Schmeigel.
You see that chick just standing there?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's McGill.
There's Robert Schmeigel and Bob Odenkirk.
Have you watched it yet? Fucking Better Call Saul.
I watched the first few episodes and then I just kind of lost interest.
Oh, it's good. It's a completely different show, but I like it.
Does it get better and better?
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Well, I mean, there's a few seasons out now, so it's not like I won't watch it, but I'm always happy that it's I'll have more to binge watch whenever I decide to really get caught up.
Yeah, fucking Saul Goodman is a really likable character, I think.
Yeah. I'm from Chicago.
Yeah.
That's what he just said. These fucking dream seekers. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why this movie is hated compared to the original movie.
It's just as silly, man. Just as silly, random little scenes. And what's different about it? Is it just because it's not the first one? Because the gags are funny? Like that car gag in the drive-thru was funnier than the Grey Poupon shit that happened in the middle of the Queen thing. Which is all funny too, but like this is all very good too. The only thing that makes it seem like a sequel is it's got so many cameos in it. But other than that, it's fucking Wayne's World.
Yeah, it's even more goofier than the first one, I think.
You think?
Like towards the ending, like whenever it just turns into like a fucking The Graduate spoof.
But the first one is a Scooby-Doo ending, for God's sakes.
Yeah, but this one even has like the one.
Are you talking about like What do you mean, like when he's like chasing down Cassandra and the wedding and all that shit?
Yeah. And this one has that part where her dad is like, they're doing voiceover for him and stuff. I'd say that's a little bit more goofy.
Yeah, it is funny. Wayne, you are a worthy opponent.
How's come they didn't get fucking what's his name to play Jim Morrison?
Val Kilmer?
Yeah.
Jeez, I'm sure. Well, at this time, Val Kilmer was probably kind of hot, you know. I'm sure he'd do it now. Fucking heartbeat. He looks like Timothy Oliphant, but it's not. No, what's funny is this guy. One time, because sometimes like press junkets will be sent my way, or I'll be contacted via different press agencies or whatever that want their clients pushed. And I got offered an interview one time. It got emailed to me for this fucking guy.
This guy right here?
Yeah, the guy who played Jim Morrison in Wayne's World 2.
What else was he
And I'm
in?
like, nothing.
Oh, I talked to him.
And I don't know what he was trying to promote. It was something small or whatever. And I didn't even respond to it. I'm like, what am I? We're going to sit there and do a podcast and talk to a guy that's probably just going to want to talk about Wayne's World 2, a movie that's 20 years old or 25 years old.
His manager should have just told you, if you book him, he will come.
In hindsight, I should have asked him to come on and do a commentary.
Yeah.
But even then, it's like, how much is he going to fucking say? Like, I don't know. I filmed for one day and all I met was Mike Myers and the Indian. You know, that's probably what he was going to say.
We should get Dana Carvey on.
Dana Carvey, man, he's somebody that I don't know. He just didn't have the career Mike Myers did.
Yeah,
it's funny. You've heard
Go ahead.
Well, you've heard the story, sorry, where he said for a little while there he was mad at Mike Myers for stealing his Dr. Evil impression, because Mike Myers is Dr. Evil was Dana Carvey's impression of Lorne Michaels, even with the pinky and everything. $1 million, and he fucking used it for Dr. Evil. And
why didn't he just cast him to play it?
I don't know. Isn't it surprising that Dana Carvey didn't have a cameo in any of those movies, just as like a fun Easter egg?
Yeah,
but I think maybe they were feuding at that time. They might have been like a little tiffy, but I don't think they are anymore.
What do you think of the Austin Powers series? It's been so long since I've seen
You
them.
know, I mean, they got so burnt out at the time. They might be funny now, but like I just couldn't stand to see those movies, man. They were just everywhere. And of course, everybody was quoting them nonstop.
I can tell you that I watched The Spy Who Shagged Me at least 10 times in the theater.
The first one?
Yeah, I didn't think it was like the greatest comedy ever, but I liked it. But I just kept watching it because it was one of those things where like a friend would come over and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, the new Austin Powers." I'm like, "Oh yeah, you want to go watch it? I've already seen it, but we could go watch it if you want." So I just ended up seeing it over and over again.
The second one's the funniest. The third one is sequelitis, man, where it just got so big and every fucking celebrity is jam-packed in there, and it just lost its way, right? It takes it out of it when they have to throw every fucking star in it, and it's just ridiculous.
Beyonce with the afro, man.
It's fucking horrible. She made
I'd
me
have
wanna,
ate her ass.
Oh, it made me wanted to fucking pull my eyelids off. Like the acting of so, like this scene cracks me up because Cassandra's a total fucking backstabbing whore. She's like, you know, why don't we cut the tracks with Bobby doing the guitar? We can really well. I'm like, yeah, this is your fucking, you and your band's debut album. Why don't you just throw your guitar player under the bus and have the fucking old man producer do his guitar licks for him? Like, I always thought that was the biggest fucking horrible move, man. Yoko move.
It's like what's his name? Remember the documentary on Metallica where he played bass?
Oh, Bob Rock and the Some Kind of Monster. Well, that's different. They didn't have a bass player.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they had no bass player, so he was filling in. They have a fucking guitar player.
Yeah.
It's just like, and she's just like, oh, we should cut the tracks with him playing. Like, yeah, you're a fucking bitch.
He must suck. He's like Sid Vicious. The guitar player had to record his bass tracks because he sucked.
I heard him play in the first movie, man. When they played Great Balls of Fire or whatever. No, they played Ballroom Blitz. That's what they played. And old man fashioning a kayak out of a log. That's the old man from the Enter Sandman video. Funny you talk about Metallica. And that guy fashioning the kayak out of a log. Rip Taylor. That's the fucking most random thing.
Who is that guy? He's at the end of Jackass too, and I never knew who he was.
He's this random comedian from like way back in the day that was really flamboyantly gay, and he was just really loud, and he used to throw trash cans of glitter on people.
He's got a sweet ass stash.
He's so gay. He's like he's gayer than Paul Lynde, man. He's so gay. But
I let him jizz on my
funny.
face and hope that his mustache genes would seep into my skin.
Rip Taylor, he is like a god of my country. Well, good, because he's going to be there. You want me to say what? Like, I don't get it.
I'm going to say what? I'll stab you with a knife. You're talking to my man all wrong. It's the wrong tone. Do it again. I'll stab you in the face with a soldering iron. What do you think of that movie?
It's great. It's another movie I saw a million times.
Joe Dirt, I saw that movie in the theater and didn't think much of it, but like later on video, it grew on me.
I never saw it in theaters. It's just they played it. We had it on video, and they also played it on Comedy Central all the time. And it was a funny movie in our household, but I don't know. I've just seen it so many times. I don't know how funny I think it is anymore. And it was quoted to fucking death. I got the poo on me.
That looks like it's not even really them. It's just some stand-ins. Like a second unit went out and
Maybe that's supposed to be the joke. I never understood what that joke was because they start the joke with the plane on the little stick. You know, oh, I can't believe Paramount's paid all this money to send us to England. I'm like, okay, it's a joke. I get it. It's a joke.
Yeah,
they're not really doing
man.
it. But then they show them at English monuments. I'm like, wait, I don't get it. But maybe the fact that their backs are turned and it looks like an overdub. Maybe it's stand-ins. Maybe.
Yeah. See, I didn't even hear it because I got the audio turned down too much. It's been a while since I've seen this one. I always love this guy.
So
then I had
funny.
to fill a brandy glass with 100 brown M&Ms.
Ozzy wouldn't go on stage.
That's a different story altogether. I had to bait them to death with their own shoes. I say that to people sometimes, like whenever I'm talking about a story, and I'll just end a story like that. They usually don't get it.
What does he say? Jeff Beck popped his head in and informed there's a sweet shop around the corner. We broke in, and he said something like. But then he had the shop owner's father and son. I had to beat them to death with their own shoes. He's like, but rest assured, Ozzy went on stage and put on a great show.
A great show. He poked his head in and said, there's this great little deli around the other side.
I think he said sweet shop.
Something like that, yeah.
Sweet shop. Who's your lady? That's my old lady. That part's funny. This guy's cool. He's like Lemmy, where he's like this rocker living in a piece of shit apartment dump hole.
What other movies is he in?
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, he doesn't look familiar.
Did you ever watch the Lemmy documentary?
No, I don't think so.
Came out a few years ago, maybe like a year or two before he died, which he died last year. But it's pretty entertaining. But like he lived for years in a tiny like apartment, like fucking just like a closet, man, in right off the Sunset Strip, and he always hung out on the Rainbow Room and stuff like that. And yeah, dude, he lived in this little bitty fucking hole in the wall like apartment, and he was a pack rat. He collected so much shit, and like just watching the documentary of him getting interviewed in his apartment gives you claustrophobia. It's like God, because he's got shit everywhere. And but yeah, he's just like this single guy who was a bachelor. He never needed anything else. He's like, I don't ever need anything else. I'm always on the road, and when I'm home, it's just me, you know. You know, I'll suck your dick, and it makes me fucking sick. But that's the way I like it, baby. I don't want to live forever. He's got a heart. During that documentary, he's almost inaudible. His voice is like, Jim Moore. Oh. Did you think that his bum was showing was a bit inappropriate? What do you say? I don't remember what he says. Yes. Want to hear it? A trifle unnecessary. Yes, absolutely. I had the same dream.
Oh, dude, he's like Freddy Krueger.
That'd be great, man. Wouldn't that be great? You know, in the first movie, they got Robert Patrick to do the T-1000 thing. Because this movie's all about these weird pop culture references too. Would it be great if there was like a funny scene where they got him to fall asleep and there was a Freddy Krueger in there?
Yeah.
And they got Robert Engel to do it. That would have been badass.
Remember that movie Stay Tuned? There's a great scene where I can't think of his name. What the fuck? How dare
John
I?
Ritter, man.
John Ritter. Yeah, he's in the TV and he ends up on an episode of Wayne's World. It's pretty funny.
See, that's the only scene I remember. I've never actually sat and watched the movie, but I do remember seeing that scene. I'd love to watch it, man. Is that streaming anywhere?
Nope. It's not even like on DVD or Blu-ray anymore. Like the DVD's out of print.
I'd love to watch it.
It's not on Vudu either.
That's crazy. Big fan of the Ritter.
Go on stage.
The actor right behind him, I think he's awesome. The dude from Oz, the guy who played Tobias Beecher. The guy from the first one. I love you, man. He's such a fucking great actor. It's kind of a shame he doesn't really have any lines this movie.
Sweet
David Crosby. Great big
tiger.
Bengal tiger. Is he British or is he autistic? What's with his accent? Big Bengal tiger.
He's artistic.
With their own shoes.
I like that he comes back later and he tells it the exact same way.
Oh, it's funny. I like when he's... And it's funny, yeah, there's the physical comedy of like everybody's faces when he's telling the same story. It's hilarious.
You think anybody believes that shit? I probably wouldn't.
Oh, who cares? He's a great storyteller, man. Most storytellers are bullshit artists anyway. Like there's maybe a shred of truth and it just sort of grew over time.
Yeah. Garth,
I like when he's when they're at the park and he's like giving them the rundown and how it's gonna work, who's working what, and all of a sudden he starts talking about fucking gunmen and shit and tanks, and he starts losing his mind. He's like, "What the fuck's going on?"
Ed O'Neill,
the man. People need entertainment. Oh, to be entertained.
Why they come to me to die?
Why do they come to me to die? He's amazing.
Okay.
He's fucking incredible. I love how in this movie, in the first movie, you could tell what season of Married with Children he was on just by how skinny his neck is.
Yeah, and his hair.
Yeah, exactly. He was a lot skinnier in the first one. He's great, man. It's too bad I never got into Modern Family because I fucking love Ed O'Neill, but I just can't.
I liked it all right, yeah. The earlier, I haven't watched any of the newer ones.
I wish I had that set. I wish it was streaming. I wish somebody would just put fucking Married with Children in full on streaming, the whole fucking series. For a while they had it on Crackle, but Crackle's free and they would only give you one season at a time. And then now they're gone altogether.
Don't you have the box set?
No, man.
You don't? It's like $40.
No.
Get it.
No.
They made a newer one and it's way better than the one I got, the old one.
What's so much better about it?
Like all the discs are actually in a fucking case. Like the old one, they're in like a little envelope sleeve.
Oh, slots and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm spoiled. I'm a little like princess when it comes to that stuff now. Like now the thought of, one season being split into like 4 discs and me having to put in a disc manually. And then I only get 5 or 6 episodes in that one disc. And then I have to
little baby
up.
back bitch.
I know I am. I really am now. It's crazy, man. That
Kenny
weird
G.
eye. You know what I like about this whole fucking scene with this guy is he makes such a big fucking deal about them calling out his eye and he's saying, my eye is perfectly fine. I'm like, then why are you wearing fucking sunglasses indoors? Watch, he'll say it. There's nothing wrong with my eye.
Yeah. I just now remember the scene.
It's purely to serve the scene, obviously. Oh, I love that laugh. Oh, dude, Olivia Diabo's hot, dude. She's fucking hot. And maybe not in this movie because she looks like fucking Garth, but she's hot, man.
I'd fuck her in this movie.
She's hot, man. She's I Obviously, Liv Diabo, Kevin Arnold's older sister, Karen Arnold, in Wonder Years. But she did this movie in the late 90s. I saw it on Skinamax, and it's not a porn, it's a movie, but it's a movie about these friends that are all lesbians, and it's just full of lesbian sex.
Sweet. Look at that fucking underbite. I'd put my dick in that underbite.
Dude, she gets her pussy licked in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
You see her
the movie
tits.
you're talking about?
Yeah, this lesbian movie. I mean, it's obviously like a movie. You don't actually see any like the tongue on, but there's scenes of it, and you see her naked and stuff. It's really fucking hot, actually.
Did you jack off to my eye as a kid? With that
anything
weird
wrong
eye?
with that weird eye? Look at this.
This one just has no pigment, you see.
There's nothing wrong with my eye. That's why I'm wearing fucking sunglasses indoors, and I remove them at the most opportune time.
I'd always show that off.
He looks, he'd be like a James Bond villain.
Yeah. You should get like one of those colored contacts, the red ones, and put it in there.
Well, I'd like to think that I have an eye for details.
Isn't that the guy that's in the K9 movie that we were talking about in the last commentary?
I don't know. That's Kevin Pollak. That's Kevin Pollak. I don't know if I've never actually watched
similar
K9.
to that dude.
I've never actually watched K9.
It's the Belushi dude.
Yeah, okay, that's Belushi. But that's Kevin Pollak. He's in a bunch of stuff. He's a comedian. But you ever see that movie House Arrest?
Oh, yeah.
Jennifer Love Hewitt. He's the dad on House Arrest.
Wasn't Jamie Lee Curtis in that too?
Married to Jamie Lee Curtis. He's Grover Bindor's fucking dad. Why I know his fucking name. Sad. Lowercase J's. Look at him. Look at him all fucking malicious like that. What's with that fucking look? Why don't you keep your fucking glasses on then, punk?
He's intimidating, man. How come we never get a sex scene with them?
I don't know, man.
I want to see Mike Myers bust a fat ass nut in her face.
Remember in the first one, though, we got a similar scene, except he's in his whitey tighties and you see the back of his bulge hanging down.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking weird.
Hi.
And it just says, and then it just like cuts to a sign that says gratuitous sex scene or whatever. It flashes the.
Mm-hmm. Swing.
I think that came with samples of Tide.
Squeeze me.
If you lived in the suburbs, you were issued it. Came in the mail with samples of Tide.
Look at this old one. Jerry and the Pacemakers.
Wow, that is old. I bet those guys actually have pacemakers right now.
Can you believe they're not making vinyl anymore?
I wonder if she could hear Wayne come too.
Will ever be on vinyl.
I can hear you coming, yeah. She's
I heard you
lying, man.
coming.
They're not making vinyl. They never really stopped making vinyl. She's a fucking liar.
Well, you know how these things start.
I heard you coming.
Guy tells another guy
Oh man, speaking of I Heard You Coming in that movie, because obviously she's in Showdown in Little Tokyo, she received Dolph Lundgren's big fat dick and she could hear him coming. That's how much of a fucking cannon it is. But anyway, did you see that Dolph Lundgren is confirmed for Creed 2 as Drago?
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
Dude, I think it's fucking incredible.
That'll be awesome. Hopefully.
It'll be fucking...
But they'll probably play it serious, though. It probably won't be as funny.
It'll be a serious movie for sure. Now, I think on paper, when you first hear, oh, now we got to get Drago in there, because people were already saying that when the first movie came out. Like, you got to put Drago in the next one, Drago in the next one. Sort of as like just a fan wet dream thing. But on paper, it sounds so fucking stupid. Like, oh my God, how cheesy would that be if now Apollo's son has to fight a Drago's son? But you know what? Maybe they could do it. They could write it realistically, right? We live in a world where we have these stupid fucking matches thrown together for money, right? You have the Conor McGregor and the
that stupid one.
Floyd Mayweather, but that's happened throughout the history of sports where they make these big gimmick fights for money. And I could see them writing a very serious script because Adonis Creed really has no reason to hate. He really just shouldn't have a vendetta against a Drago because he doesn't know his father and he acts like he hates his father. You know, that whole type of thing. Mm-hmm. So it wouldn't make sense. But if they write it like somebody comes up with the idea to put a match together, like, oh my God, we got to put this young kid, we got to bring Drago out of retirement, like George Foreman, right? And Buster Douglas. bring him out of retirement at old age. Let's just put together this big exposition match for a whole bunch of money, and you got to fight the guy that killed your father. You know, maybe it's not his motive, but like money's motive, and it could work if they do it that way.
They should do my idea for the first one and have Scott Stapp do the fucking score for the movie too.
That would fucking blow, man. I wouldn't see it.
Get it because he was in Creed.
Yeah, we got it, dude. This is she's hot in this movie.
Oh yeah,
she looks good.
I'm gonna be Frank.
Can I still be Garth?
Oh yeah. You ever had licorice like that where it's like just like that?
Smooth.
I always
like
yeah.
smooth.
I only had like Twizzlers. Never seen it like that.
Do you remember? I don't know if they have it. You remember the old pull and peel Twizzlers?
Okay.
Do they still have those?
I don't think so. I don't think I remember it. What was it?
So you know the Twizzlers as
oh, okay, yeah.
It was like the little.
Like
it was like it was fat, yeah, and it had the little bitty strands, and they were all quote wrapped together, and you could just peel like the little strands, and they were more like that, smooth and kind of gelled.
It was like string cheese.
Yeah, those are so fucking 90s, man. Those were good too. They used to sell the regular flavor, but they had multi flavors, like the rainbow ones, and they were just all different. And those were good, man. I can't believe the fucking shit we used to eat when we were kids. I actually can't. I can't. What? You laughing at the shirt?
Yeah.
His little whitey tidies, and they share it.
He accidentally fucking shrank all his clothes.
It's fucking baby clothes. That's all it is. It's so funny.
Maybe we'll see each other around.
What hot chick would fall for this dude though?
Somebody that wants them to kill her husband.
Oh yeah.
You forgot these? Yeah, it's so funny because this is weird. Look how clean they are.
Oh my god. She's holding tight onto him.
What's funny is that little subplot goes absolutely fucking nowhere. This whole little subplot with him and the woman goes nowhere.
If I remember right, I think I read that whenever they read the first script, Dana Carvey didn't have enough screen time, so they might have added that. This
horseshoe shoehorned it in. I said horseshoe. That makes no sense. No, it's funny because it goes nowhere. Because we'll see another scene where they're together at her apartment out of nowhere. Like you'll see the scene. It'll be Wayne and Garth doing some normal.
I was right, dude. It's the leprechaun scene.
Oh, you're right. I'm the leprechaun.
You owe me a blowjob, if I remember right. I think that's what we agreed on.
I don't fucking think I ever bet that at all. I wouldn't vote. I wouldn't wager my mouth virginity. Fucking gross, man.
Back that guys like that at 12 for 10 cents.
I'm a leprechaun.
What were you saying though? I'm sorry.
I was saying so that subplot goes nowhere with him and Kim Basinger. It's so shoehorned in there. Like we'll see a second scene where they're in the apartment together and where she's like trying to get with him and he's all like nervous, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
And she kisses him and that whole thing. And then of course the next morning he wakes up and he's all like, I hope I wasn't too much of an animal. He's like all confident. He's got the fucking bubble pipe. So that's one scene. But it's funny because that scene comes after, it's edited. It comes right after a scene that it's got Wayne and Garth in the main plot, some scene, and all of a sudden it cuts. And then he's at her fucking apartment. Like it makes no sense. We don't see how he gets from point A to point B and why he's even, but, and then you'll see one more scene where it's just like, she tells him how she wants him to kill her husband, and she's like, give me my cigarettes, would you, lover? They're in my purse. And he picks up her purse, and she's like got a big gun in there. And then when he leaves the apartment, remember, he just throws in the bush. Ah!
Yeah.
And that's all you ever fucking see of it. It's done.
She looks good right there. That red is her color.
I think you're just like got a weird kink for the Asian outfit, the traditional.
Oh, she looked good.
She's supposed to be from Hong Kong, but she does not look like she's from Hong Kong. I'm going to see where she's from. She looks more like, I don't know. I'm going to see where she's from.
What's this guy from too? He's in some stuff.
This is James Hong, man. He's Big Trouble Little China. He's in Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Seinfeld 4. He's in so much shit, man. Trying to see where she is from. I mean, she's American, obviously, but she's Hawaiian, you know?
Oh.
She looks Hawaiian. That makes sense. Not bad for a little girl from Hong Kong. That's what she says. How fucking, it's horrible, man.
Oh, shut up.
Look at this. Well, I'm just saying, it's funny how like the Asian community will boycott over whitewashing and casting their roles, but they don't give a shit about playing any.
They don't really do that shit.
Well, it's probably white people that are complaining about it.
Yeah, probably. I didn't fucking Ghost in the Shell do really good in China or wherever?
Oh, I don't know.
It
Fuck
made a lot
you,
of money.
Antifa. The monkeys. The crane.
Yeah, I don't remember any of these jokes. It's been so long. You're not sack. See, this is goofy as fuck.
But it's great.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wondered, does Chris Farley play a completely different character in this movie, or is it supposed to be the same guy?
I think it's a different character.
Because, he's Frankie Sharp's limo driver or whatever. Or no, he's working security. I don't think he's a security guard at the Alice Cooper concert. And he knows way too much about, that's the joke.
And then we're going over here, and then we'll come right back through Aurora.
Right. Yeah, he's like, he knew an awful lot for a security guard, don't you think? You look at the camera.
Your tongue is quick.
Your time is quick. What if he killed her father with that?
That's so funny. I like when she's like, aye! Like you don't see his Zorro, his gag.
Now his pants are fun.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's so stupid, man. Aye! There's. Aye!
He sounded like fucking Popeye.
This is better than most fucking action movies these days. Horrible fucking cutaway action.
Not a good time for me. Just a moment. I've got call waiting.
This is not a good time for me.
I am on the other line.
He got his Sports Illustrated phone.
Yes. He received
Play.
a Sports Illustrated football phone.
Right there, he just said it normal. See, this is like the whole movie of Kung Pao, which you still haven't watched.
Oh, really?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wah, wah, wah. Oh, how did he catch that? Like really, like in one take?
He caught it by the blade too.
You are worthy of my daughter. Dang.
What if he was just doing that to get to confuse him, and then he killed him when his guard was down?
That'd have been great, man.
I'm reading that although it was intended to be a Christmas season blockbuster, the film was only moderately successful, did not receive the box office intake or positive fan reaction that the first film did.
And I don't get why.
It also suffered from competition because it was in there with Mrs. Doubtfire and Schindler's List and The Pelican Brief. Never heard of it.
Well, if it was going head to head with another comedy, Mrs. Doubtfire's that's a great movie, man. I'd love to do Mrs. Doubtfire. Fuck.
It says that. Oh, I love his character in this movie. I hate my father. I hate my life. But this is great.
Good buddies. I feel great, man.
I feel great, man.
I hate my father. I hate my life. But I feel great. You guys are great. I'm gonna go
Pick a fight.
'Cause I got nowhere else to go. In the first one, Penelope Spheris was saying that was his first movie, and that was before he blew up, and he was really a new cast member on SNL, like brand new. I think he was just featured. He wasn't on like the main cast. You know how they do. Mm-hmm. And Lorne Michaels told Penelope Spheris, like, here, we got this new guy. Like, you should put him in your movie. This new guy, I think he's gonna be big. Let's push him. And then she said it was Chris Farley, and she said he was super shy. He was not, he was very green around the gills or whatever, And by the time she worked with him again in Black Sheep, he was fucking total pro, like totally over it. Because he had blown up at that point. Mm-hmm. Been used to it. I love Black Sheep, man. The movie's fun. I'll take Black Sheep over Tommy Boy.
I don't know. I think they're on par with each other.
I think Tommy Boy is. It's got more of a quality to it. I don't know. Like it just seems like it's a higher quality type movie, I guess. But Black Sheep's just more slapstick and funny. It's just so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I love, like, it's got some laugh out loud gags, man. That I mean, there's that part of Tommy Boy that used to make me laugh where they're all screaming and the deer freaking screams, you know, in the backseat. That's really funny. But in Black Sheep, man, you have the scene where his top bunk, I got dibs on top. It fucking hails and then it falls on him. That's fucking hilarious, man.
And then yeah, that's awesome.
And the whole scene where he falls down the cliff is fucking gold, man. That just long extended scene where it keeps going and going and going. And then he just gets to the bottom and he looks up and he's just like, what the hell was that all about? And it's just random and the scene ends because the scene starts when he's at the top. Vote for Donnelly. And he's like, every vote counts. And then he falls. It's got that scene too where he's running. He's running around his youth center office or whatever and he fucking hits his head. He's on the phone. Paw. Party on!
And I want your kids to feel safe whenever they go for a ride. I actually just watched fucking Coneheads again for the first time since like...
That'd be a fun movie. I used to watch that all the time. That's another movie that got beat down on Comedy Central, but I'd watch that again. That movie's got shit tons of cameos.
Chris Farley's in that one too.
Oh, I know. Your cone is too young!
Would you have fucked their kid with the head and all?
It's so fucking stupid. No.
I probably would.
I like it. Ronnie, I'm not like other girls. I know. That's why I love you. You just write, Senso rings. Where did you get these? Under your bed? Unacceptable. Kramer's in that fucking movie. He's at the beginning at the motel.
What the fuck?
Dude, to be all fair, Cassandra's fucking really inappropriate with that guy, you know? I love it. He gives him a fucking wink. I'm saying, like, she can hardly get mad at Wayne. Like, that's inappropriate, is it not? She's fucking dirty dancing with another guy.
Oh, he's gonna be tasting fucking that dude next time they have sex.
It's gross. What do you mean? Is we eating her pussy and tasting walking cum?
Mm-hmm.
She's not going to clean up after she does
That's where
walking.
that joke was going.
She's going to snowball in Wayne's mouth?
Hell yeah.
Excellent. So clever. Look at the M&Ms. Separating them. Those fucking look. That's actually more like Skittles, though. Look how shiny they are.
Skittles are awesome.
Man. Yeah, they sound good right now.
What's your favorite candy bar?
I don't know. I don't eat a lot of sweets, but they're
neither,
all good.
I like Butterfinger.
They're all good. I mean, I don't really have one I hate. I like Butterfinger. I like Snickers. I like Mr. Goodbar. I like Hershey's.
Kit Kats are awesome.
Kit Kats are good too. There's no fucking candy bar that goes, ugh, it's fucking disgusting, you know?
Mm-hmm.
One flavor I hate, and it's not really chocolate, but it's a flavor. I hate orange creamsicle, like that flavor.
I don't think I even know what that is.
It's fucking sick. I think it's gross. Anything that's like orange cream flavor is gross.
I hate dark chocolate.
Who drew? You hate dark chocolate? I used to hate it compared to milk chocolate, but now I don't mind it. I never would eat that over milk chocolate, but yeah. I definitely don't hate it. You know what's funny? Who drew the short straw in this deal and had to impersonate the police officer and take that risk? Right? Okay, so I guess it's fraud, him being the guy up in the telephone pole, the construction worker. That's probably jail time. And the cop directing traffic's definitely jail time. But like the other two guys got lucky, man. One guy's just dressed as a fucking sailor and the other guy's just a biker with a leather jacket and a motorcycle. Like they're fine.
They just hugged.
Like he's so obvious. Like who fucking does that?
Wayne?
How is he? They're about to go into the toolbox, man. I bet you always wanted to go to the toolbox when you were a kid.
What's
Look
that?
at that. It's the gay bar they escape into.
Oh, okay.
The toolbox.
Oh, and let me guess. The joke is that they're the village people.
Yeah, you've seen it. You got to know.
I don't remember it specifically.
Yeah, it's a funny gag. Yeah, you can obviously see it coming. Look at him. But it's so funny, though. I think it's a great skit. And the naked Indian's going to be on stage with him, too, being the Indian. Oh, wipe out.
Every time I hear this song, I think of Bobby Hill smacking his stomach.
I wish they would put that back on streaming. I try and watch the on YouTube. There's a handful of channels that'll do 24-hour streams.
Yeah, I've seen those. How do they get away with that?
Well, I don't know how they get away with that. I think they get taken down and somebody keeps they just get put back up. But they might be zoomed in a little bit. I'm not sure. I really can't tell. It's not that bad. But the part I have a problem with is that it's like each channel fucking replays the same like 4 episodes over and over and over and over and over.
Oh, really?
It's not like the whole series and then it starts over and just go. Yeah, so it's like I wear myself out on them. Like I've seen these.
He should have ran into Bob Shea in the S&M bar.
So, was Bob Shea in Nightmare 2 in the S&M bar? I forgot.
Yeah. And then they could run into the coach and he could make him go do laps for no reason.
That's fucking weird. He takes him to school in the middle of the night and has him do laps. That whole scene has rape vibe all over it.
I always thought it kind of made sense, though, because, yeah, it's like that Mitch Hedberg joke. Like all of a sudden you're doing something and then you're doing something else that doesn't make sense.
Then you're building a fucking go-kart with your landlord.
Yeah.
That's the joke or whatever. But it's so fucking weird though, man, because it's like it has this weird Ray vibe. Like, is he gonna take him in the showers and fuck him?
I wish.
Look at them. Their fucking faces crack me up. Look at them. Get it, girls. Dude, that club looks like a lot of fun, man. Does that make me gay?
Hell yeah.
They're having fun though.
Of course they have fun. They didn't have to get married yet.
Oh yeah, look, here's the Indian.
That's when they started getting depressed like everybody else.
This is so stupid.
Morans.
Oh, dude, you must be like a millisecond ahead of me because you like read that and then it popped up. I'm like, dude, you're fucking psychic.
I am. That's how.
Like, I love this. I think we should break up. Look at him. No, she's like, I think you want to tell me something. Like, look at obviously.
I just want to fucking eat her ass, though.
She's too tall, man. She's too big.
How do you know? You can't tell on the TV.
Well, I mean, she's wearing heels, I'm sure, all the time. But with those heels, she looks
how tall are you?
6'3".
I'm like 6'7", 6'3". So she probably
how
not
tall are you
for me.
really? How tall are you really?
At least 6'3". Last time I checked.
Are you fucking really 6'3"?
I think so.
I'm only 5'10".
Oh yeah, that's not that.
That's all right.
Much.
Mitchell's like 5 foot nothing, so right.
Yeah, he's the shortest.
In my defense, 5'10" is the high end of average in the United States, so I'm okay with average. I'm not average where it counts, though, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, you should send me a pic, baby.
That's fucking disgusting. Don't call me baby. That's fucking gross.
I've offered to send Aaron a picture of my dick 3 times, and he keeps declining.
Dude, I get pissed off when I see your pictures of your shit on Snapchat. That's bad enough. This guy, first of all, this guy never posts on Snapchat, but whenever I do get like a direct message from him on Snap, I've learned just not open it. And I don't. The last couple that you did send me, I just don't open them. You probably noticed that because the one time I did, it's a picture of his fucking stool in the toilet.
You don't like that shit?
No, I do not.
That's the only reason I got that fucking app.
Probably, man. Just to.
Why
It's
else
great,
would
though,
you
man.
get it?
Because you're a big troll, man. I could see how you could just probably add a whole bunch of people. And because, a lot of times they'll add you back, even if they're strangers. And then you just get them to add you back, and then you fucking spam those shit pics.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty great. As long as I'm not the victim of it. One time, a long time ago, I worked at this place, and I was working at this restaurant like years ago, and the general manager was the biggest joker. He was so fucking gross, man. He used to send us video texts of him taking a shit, and it'd be coming out of his ass, and he'd be in the employee bathroom. Like, dude, you're the fucking boss. Let's show a little professionalism.
Oh, that's awesome. If I seen my boss's shit, I'd know, he's a friend. I can open up to this guy.
I always thought this song "Spirit in the Sky" sounded like a Beatles ripoff. It really is just some one-hit wonder, I believe, but it sounds like a Beatles song.
Oh, leave him alone.
I got nowhere else to go.
Those glasses, dude.
He looks like Ozzy Osbourne, like a fat Ozzy Osbourne.
See, if he was still alive, he could be playing Ozzy in the biopic of Black Sabbath.
Everybody,
awesome.
Ozzy Osbourne, he got fat for like a couple years in his life in the late 80s, like in the, it was like the Ultimate Sin tour. And ever since then, every caricature and portrayal of him has been fat. When he was really only fat for like a couple years, and he like lost all the weight. It's like even when you watch him on
Is it like around when he did that documentary, Decline of Western Civilization 2?
Exactly, where he's like got the teased hair and shit. He's fat, yeah. And that was only for that album cycle. He like ballooned up, but that's the only time he's ever been fat. But that doesn't stop when they had him on SNL and they portrayed him on SNL in that skit. They had Horatio Sands play him, big fat Horatio Sands. And when they had him on Celebrity Deathmatch, they had him like all fat. I mean, like I don't know, but these guys.
I remember
like,
that episode.
Oh, where he was Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah, I don't remember it. They brought it back for a while, and it looked really generic. Like all the characters looked different. Did you see it when it came back for a little bit?
No, that show was popular for like a couple years, and
I remember my favorite, the one I remember the most was fucking John Travolta and Nicolas Cage match.
Who did Fred Durst fight?
And they were in a cage match, I think. I think it was another. What is the guy from Metallica? Maybe?
Yeah, James Hetfield.
Yeah.
Okay, I think you're right. Why did they fight? They used to have these stupid little fucking made up little reasons and motives. Like, cause didn't
maybe it was because of the Napster thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. But then I wonder why they didn't have him fight Lars.
Yeah.
But it was James. But then they had the wasn't Ozzy Osbourne doing Marilyn Manson, right?
I remember
Like
Marilyn Manson.
Shock Rocker versus Shock.
Yeah, I remember Marilyn Manson was on 2 episodes. He was on the pilot, and he actually like got on top of the ceiling thing and cut it down, and it fell on the match, and it was like Hanson and like Backstreet Boys fighting, and it killed them all.
Oh, and he killed them all. Yeah, I remember that. I'd like to watch that show a little bit just because it's such a time capsule of like the late 90s.
She looked good.
I know. Here's scene number 2 where it really doesn't go anywhere, but then it's like, and
his glasses.
His glasses, it's so great.
That sucks.
Oh, that problem?
You wear glasses?
No.
Yeah, it sucks. You go out.
It's fun.
Out of the house in the hot weather, and it's just all of a sudden it's all fogged up.
I have, it's funny, I have a pair of glasses, but I never wear them, ever. I have astigmatism. So it's like, it's not really going to help.
But I never wore my glasses, so they got worse.
But, the eye doctor told me that. I asked him, I said, so I said, hey, I hear if I wear the glasses, will I become more dependent on them? And he's like, no. I said, but if I don't wear them, will I just degrade? He's like, not any worse than it will already type of thing, right? It's just kind of, but astigmatism, my vision technically is good, but my eyes get super strained where sometimes things are fuzzy, but it's because my eyes are getting pulled or whatever, and they're super strained. And, like when I look at a monitor really close for an extended amount of time, like if I'm working and whatnot, then my shit gets strained and my eyes hurt. But technically my vision's okay. So it's like it is, but it isn't. It kind of sucks. It's like I got the glory on paper that it's good. I just don't feel like it. Look at all that makeup caked on his face.
I guess he actually got hurt doing that scene.
That was he. Oh, you saw the strings. Did you see him?
Oh, could you?
Yeah, you could see him when they dropped him. You could see the strings release. He got fell on the fucking floor.
So she's only doing this because she wants him to kill her husband. Damn.
Yeah, she wants to find some stoop. That would
He
do that
needs
for
to
her.
hurry up and eat that pussy up.
Did you see
before
the
she changes
fucking
her
dent?
mind?
Did you
Yeah, I
see the
saw
fucking dent?
that.
Was that real?
I don't know.
I hope I wasn't too much of a
I hope I wasn't too much of an animal.
Come.
Hold me.
Come,
No, I will.
hold me. You know I will.
Party on.
Party on. Hey,
like it.
Wayne.
I like how
Hi.
he just kind of says it right here, like, I am no longer a stranger to the ways of a woman or something. Look, let me see.
I'm sorry. Well, relationships aren't for the timid.
What does he say? Here it
He
is.
says it like that.
For I'm no longer a stranger in the ways of the woman.
All right.
But what kills me is, did he say all right when you said all right?
No, I said it a little after you did.
Oh, a little after?
Yeah, I must be a little bit ahead of you.
I think my video must be lagging and slowing down, and eventually, I mean, because it's never stopped, but there's little moments where it's like a little slowdown, and I think it keeps little by little, like you keep getting farther ahead of me.
Yeah, it's different browsers do that because I had that problem when we did the Jason X.
I always use Chrome. Yeah, this movie's slowing down for some reason.
It's running good on Firefox.
Well, we'll have to start doing that then on the same browser.
Voodoo doesn't run very good on Firefox though. I think Chrome does.
I love this because he starts going crazy and they start talking about the gunmen, the buggers and shit. You're like 10 seconds ahead of me, man. You're probably already there. Look, here it is.
Yeah.
When did you become a total nut bar? Look at that fucking nerd in between him, behind him.
Oh, dude, has he got the fake death pills like Snake and Snake Eater?
Yeah, I have a question. When did you turn into a nut bar?
Oh, Susu. Hey! I hate that you're fucking like 5 seconds ahead of me, man. Try, because it's like now I just finally got the handsome Dan. Like you're screaming like 5 seconds before he is. Oh man, is that a poster of Metallica? I never even noticed. Yeah, it is right there behind him.
Oh,
Look at that framed Metallica art. This is the best movie where Drew Barrymore looks. She looks the hottest in this movie.
Good. She looked good.
I've never thought she was hot, but in this movie she looks good. Let's see. There's the Judas Priest Metalworks framed art, the greatest hits framed art, and there's the Metallica. What is that behind Wayne directly? What poster is that?
Yeah.
Björgen Jürgen off the Yours and Fjorn.
I'll have the cream of some young guy.
That was a great gag.
I remember I was watching this one time as a kid and my mom laughed at that line. I was like, oh.
I
And
think
I
that
played
wasn't
dumb
that
like I didn't get it.
was that I think that's the line they shoehorned in there. That I think that's the line that Wayne or Mike Myers kind of did improv. He shoehorned it in there, and he wanted to shoehorn in there in the last minute. And I guess the director or whatever, whoever didn't think that's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. But when they did the test screenings, everybody fucking died at that part. It's a great joke. I want to make love to you in the near future. Schwiergen.
How did he not take that up? I mean, he already thinks Cassandra's cheating on him anyway. I thought you were cheating on me.
I really wish, I was like, I really regret telling you that. Diarrhea. I've never noticed that. I've never noticed that was a Metallica picture. I like noticing little things I've never noticed. Look, that's like an octopus on a drum set in that picture.
Oh, dude, is that the dude that took over? What's his name?
Yeah, it's
in Road
Jefferson Darcy. It's
Yeah.
Jefferson Darcy.
Who did
I'm
you
not
like?
handsome, Dan.
Who did you like better? Did you like Jefferson or?
I like Jefferson better because, you know, him and Steve, they weren't like, they were kind of friends, but they weren't always friends, right? Like,
Yeah,
you know, they were civil, but him and Jefferson, them being like best buddies,
it's a tough pick for me.
it made it more fun. It made it funnier when with Jefferson being like his friend, right? Because he bonded with him over going to like fucking man, the strip club. Why can't I fucking spit it out?
Mm-hmm.
The Jiggly Room?
It's gonna be a big party, you know. We got some great bands.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah, the Jiggly Room.
Yeah, I just thought it made for better chemistry. Oh,
Why does he have a
every
pig?
time.
Why does he have a pig nose on his microphone? That wouldn't do a good job of like.
I never noticed that either, man. I never noticed that.
Maybe it just has a little screen on the end of it.
How do you know it's not foreskin? Kind of looks like a dick. Uh-huh. Now, when he's like, oh, I'm getting closer every time, and he hits the little sound button, that in a normal radio, I would think that would be handsome. That would be the hey, hey, hey. That would be his job. Because you can't tell me that guy gets paid just to scream. Like he would be doing the sound booth and all the sound effects too.
It's not even challenging anymore.
That whole, well, getting closer every time. That's why you have somebody else do them.
They're getting closer all the time. All right, good information about Wayne Stock. Very exciting. We'll be back with more right after Pig Sports. Right now, it's 16 minutes past the big hour.
You mean to tell me he's got 3 buttons over there and one of them just happens to be gunshot?
Great, good stuff. I think people are getting really cranked.
Marcy Darcy.
What's the show? What's the show that has the radio station, the Weenie in the Butt?
How'd you get this?
Is that Simpsons?
Not sure.
On the back of
Maybe.
this card?
Nah, that seems like a too gross of a joke for the Simpsons. Yeah, there's some show where there's a radio station and there's a radio show called the Weenie in the Butt. Stupid.
She might come to LA. She wasn't definite.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
If I hear anything, I'll let you know. I have to go.
What a dick.
I'm with someone.
He's wearing the blazer over the t-shirt tucked into the jeans. Like that's...
Why don't you just call Cassandra?
Yeah, I know. It's so stupid. Well, because Cassandra probably doesn't have a cell phone.
Oh yeah.
This is 1990 fucking what
She
year?
could have
3?
the Zach Morris phone.
Dude, that phone that he had probably cost $1 million. Only Bobby's got it.
Bobby, if you please.
Bobby, if you please. I love that, dude. I love that fucking scene where he just starts opening fire without discretion on that glass.
Make your play.
Freeze, punk. Make your play. We were, we're big fans of Ernest over here at Revival House, and they put a big slew of them on Amazon Prime, and I went to go back and revisit some of them. I watched, I could have swore I used to like Slam Dunk Ernest, but I tried watching it and I couldn't make it through 20 minutes.
You
of
didn't
it.
like it? Oh, fuck.
I couldn't. Dude, that movie has Joanna Man, Miguel Nunez Jr. in it too. Hey, there's Tim Meadows.
Baby.
Tim Meadows as Sammy Davis Jr.
Yep.
But anyway, and then I watched Ernest Rides Again, because I know I've talked about Ernest Rides Again on this podcast, claiming I don't recall it or whatever. It just kind of was under the radar. I watched it, man. That is the worst fucking movie. It's so bad.
Yeah, I didn't like that one too much.
Oh, it bored the shit out of me. And I had to like I said, I had to sit there and endure 5 minutes of Mr. Bill.
Yeah, it started with Mr. Bill short. It was like, that's weird.
And by the time that ended, I didn't realize if it was part of the movie or not, if it was going to be like something that sagged into a scene into the movie. But before I knew it, I wasted 5 minutes of my time, and I was kind of already spent. I'm like, I'm done with dumb shit now.
That's enough dumb shit I could take. It's like whenever, you go home on the weekend, you get all your homework done right away, so you have the whole weekend to party.
No, I like the way I said it better. He's like, okay.
I want that hat. I need to make those hats.
I like his aviators. Oh, the Wayne's World hat. I think you can buy them. Surely somebody makes them.
Yeah,
online.
There's some on Amazon, but they're not licensed, and I don't really like to buy it. I bought like a Johnny Cash shirt from an unlicensed vendor on Amazon once. It was like the one where he's flipping off.
Yeah,
and I got it, and I washed it once, and it just started like the graphics started peeling off. I'm like, I'm never buying this unlicensed shit again.
But you're not gonna be washing a hat like you do a shirt. And
Yeah.
how hard is it to? Somebody could easily embroider that logo on a hat. I don't know. How often are you gonna wear it? You're gonna buy a license hat and pay like $30 for it. How often are you gonna wear it?
I'll wear it every day if I get it.
Frankie Sharp looks like I could see that guy in a porno.
Oh yeah.
Big ugly sleazeball.
I want to see him stick that end of that fucking cigar in her pussy. And go,
And her pussy smoke it.
yeah. He could put it in her pussy and then suck the smoke out of her asshole.
Wow, that's interesting. Oh man, you want to hear something funny? Okay, now, just out of morbid curiosity, I know I told you, I told Mitchell, I told you I would never watch it because I'm just not into that shit. But my brother came over the other day because 2 nights ago we went and saw Metallica here in Phoenix at the Arizona Cardinal Stadium. And anyway, he was here for the night, and we started talking about, we watched Jason Goes to Hell, and we were talking about, then we started watching Freddy vs. Jason, and the topic got onto Freddy, and then all of a sudden I brought up Wet Dream on Elm Street, and then
You watched it?
Yeah, he pulled it up on his phone, and we watched the scene. Like, what the fuck is this? It was the fucking weirdest thing. And then we looked up. Then I looked up. I didn't watch the movie, but I typed in Edward Penis Hands GIF, and there's GIFs of Edward's penis hands, and I pulled up the GIF of him trying to eat at the table with his 2 penises. Like it's the fucking funniest thing.
Yeah, there's actually 2 Wet Dream on Elm Streets. One of them came out in the 80s, and it doesn't even have a Freddy Krueger in it. It just has a guy with a glove.
Oh, really? Yeah, I saw that because I looked it up on like IMDb, and I saw one came out like 85 or something like that. I don't know, mid-late 80s, and then the other one's like in the last 5 years. So
they made a Friday the 13th one too.
Even in porn, they're remaking classics. Isn't that weird? They're remaking porn.
Deep Throat.
What was the Friday the 13th? What do they call that?
I think it's just
Jason Takes Her Ass.
They probably should. I think they just call it like not Friday the 13th. Sometimes they'll just put a not before the title.
See, that's not even clever.
I know, but they're not clever. I mean,
you could do Jason Takes Her Virginity, Jason Takes Her Hymen, Jason Takes Her Ass. I don't know. Jason Takes a Fist. You could have so much fun with Ernest too, man.
They just have a camera trained on them already.
Yeah, it's so stupid. And she's all like, hopefully it should be coming out in the next month, or at least we hope it will be. Like, they've got a date locked in a month out, for fuck's sake. Like, who doesn't know when the record's coming out a month out?
Yeah. They have to fucking send them to the stores, and they have to unbox them and shit and have them ready.
Yeah, they got it locked in at that point. And this is all bullshit. How did she get a sit-down spot on Jay Leno? I get it. Maybe Jay Leno's doing a favor for Bobby. I don't know who the fuck that is. But, like, if she was a new artist, I could see her performing on the Tonight Show with some strings pulled, even though that's kind of fucking unlikely. But she got to sit on the fucking couch, man. Nobody knows who she is.
Her manager had pictures of Jay Leno getting spanked by a prostitute or something.
Garth looks like a serial killer now.
I'll kill him. What does he say? He's fucking dead. Or something like that.
No, he goes, he is a dead man. When she's like starting to go down on him.
At this point, he should have realized why she even got him in the first place. And he should have tried to have sex one more time before he just left and didn't kill anybody.
Yeah, I would have been like, yeah, it should have been like, oh, you know, I'll kill him, but I need some anal. And I need one of your friends to come over too. His hair looks fucking weird.
Lover.
Why has he got that shirt buttoned up on the top collar? It looks so fucking. He looks like a serial killer. He looks like a Mexican gangster. Because he's wearing the shirt really baggy.
The top button. Leave the rest unbuttoned.
It's like all baggy and shit. I think it's yogurt or something. Look at that.
All I wanted was a Pepsi.
That's a shitty song. I never.
You ever hear
the appeal?
Did you ever hear the one the Ice-T did?
Yeah, the body count one. Yeah, I did. Where he updates the lyrics. I just want an Xbox. I want to play Xbox.
Just play an Xbox.
He updated it.
That was funny.
He's a dead man.
Oprah ain't got no man.
I like body count. I think it's fun. Look at him.
I'm gonna take it on a chin and I'm gonna be a man. Keep the faith, my
And then that's it. That's where the little subplot. It literally has nothing to do with the movie. It doesn't.
He
It's
did.
just,
He
yeah,
did
let's
throw
just
the
get-
gun away though. He should have just like, we got to do it one more time though. You got to give me the energy.
Oh my God, Rip Taylor!
Rip Torn. I loved you before you got fingered.
Yes, I am. How are you?
It's Rip Taylor, not Rip Torn, dude.
I know. Mike Myers decided not to do another Wayne's World film so he could focus on and develop the new Secret Agent comedy, which was a spoof of the James Bond films. That film became Austin Powers' International Man of Mystery.
You know, at the time, I could see why he made that decision. That's great. And he milked that cow, and it's over. Like, for example, I could easily see them. Mike Myers needs a hit, and I could see them trying to revive Austin Powers now or in a couple of years.
Hopefully they would
but
rather do this first. Wayne's World
Well,
would be
so here's
better.
the thing, though. I think if they did Austin Powers, I don't think it'd be a hit. I think it would be modest. You know, I think it'd do okay. I think it'd make money, you know, but it wouldn't be no like slam dunk hit. You know, I think that time is over. And for the longest time, you know, I think Mike Myers was kind of like Bill Murray with Ghostbusters 3. He's, you know, had no interest in revisiting Wayne's World. I think him and Garth had like a tiffy going on, Dana Carvey. But for the first time ever in a recent interview, he did kind of say a never say never type thing. Like he'd be open to it, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's good. They should do it because they're not old enough to the point where they wouldn't look bad in the suit, the wigs and shit. You know, I mean, they're old, but who gives a fuck? It'd be funny.
Dude, I'd go to Wayne Stock.
Dude, look, that field looks like a camp. Looks like a small little campground. There's no like, I don't know. It just doesn't look like it could even.
Well, that's
house any
just the
people.
side, man. Yeah,
You're gonna
no, it
see-
does look small.
It looks tiny. When you see Aerosmith hit the stage, man, look at that. There's nothing there. When you see Aerosmith hit the stage, there's gonna be like what, fucking 1,000 people there.
Yeah, this is probably just filmed behind Paramount somewhere or something.
Oh, exactly. And why? First of all, if you book it, they will come. That insinuates that that Pearl Jam also came, right? And these other bands he promised, right?
I guess.
That would. So this kind of festival, what fucking? It's a festival. Why did Aerosmith go on in the middle of the fucking afternoon?
They
Like,
must
those are
have had all
headliners.
kinds of bands.
They didn't even have a sound check, man. They just jumped on the stage and started playing.
They never do in movies, dude.
They just never had a sound check. They just jumped right up on stage after getting out of their limo, and they had the fucking audio queued up from like the horns. Are they playing "Do Looks Like a Lady" there too, or are they playing at the beginning?
They play something, I forgot. This was like just a couple months after Get a Grip came out, so they play something off of that.
Oh, what's the other fucking song? It's the other song that sounds just like Dude Looks Like a Lady.
That shirt video toaster that Garth is wearing, his brother created that company or that fucking thing. And I guess his brother's the guy that Garth is based on. But do you remember like the old commercials for video toaster?
No, I've never heard of it.
It was like a before like computers and stuff to edit movies. It was kind of like a thing you could buy, and it had
edit
like
movies like cut tape.
yeah, it had like something like that. It had like transitions and stuff, like wipes and stuff. But it was funny because there's this really cringy fucking old commercial with fucking Will Wheaton, and he's talking. It's shot like some kind of MTV style, like, oh, we caught him outside a building, and he's just in this alley. He's talking to the camera, and he's selling you on video toaster, and he's like, video toaster takes the power away from the television companies and puts it in your hands. It's so fucking funny.
I'll have to check it out.
Oh, it's great. Will Wheaton. Oh, dude, that was like that scene from fucking Pieces where the chick's skating and there's just people holding a like glass for no reason.
Our work here is done.
Excellent. Dude, they should have done a crossover where they meet Bill and Ted.
Yeah, they are very. I mean, I've always thought about them being very similar characters, but I don't know. The thing is, if they made another, I get it with Bill and Ted. If that third movie's ever gonna fucking come out, I mean, obviously they're pitching on the fact that they're older and still that same way, which is funny. So it'd be like a Bill and Ted modern day, which would be funny. That's the comedy of it. If they did, if I was in charge of it, if they did a Wayne's World 3, I would want them to take place in the same era. Like, let it be in the 90s. It'd be fucking hilarious. Because nobody makes period pieces of the 90s. I don't know why. In
It should take place in the 90s whenever the corn stuff was happening.
Well, it should just take place around the same era. I think it'd be great. And even though they're older, just have them play the same thing. It'd be funny. And what I don't understand is people don't make period movies that take place in the 90s right now. And it doesn't make sense because the 90s was only 20 years ago, 25 years ago. And in the year, let's say 2000, they were making tons of movies, even in the 80s. In the 90s, they were making period piece movies of the 80s.
Oh, dude.
Like everybody.
Heston.
Yeah, that was great.
You damn dirty
Gordon
ape.
Street. I once knew a girl on Gordon Street.
Remember that scene from Basketball where fucking Robert Stack is doing the Unsolved Mysteries thing? And he does something like this. He's like,
All of us here are glad that such a terrific human being like Joe Cooper has returned. If I were a woman, I'd sure like to be his girlfriend. Walking in the park hand in hand. Wrapping my legs around him. Cuddling in the spoon position. Our hearts beating in unison. Staring into his eyes over our morning coffee. Yes. Yes, thank you.
You and possibly all the listeners are going to hate me when I tell you that I've never watched Basketball.
holy shit.
I've seen portions of it, and I've seen the ending of it, I believe, but I don't think I've ever sat down and watched it front to back or anything.
There's this great scene where, it's Robert Stack. He's doing the whole Unsolved Mysteries thing. They have the theme song and everything. He's like, when Coop left, he looked like this, and here's an artist's recreation of what he may look like now, and it shows Mr. T. It's like, what the fuck? That's one we need to do.
Yeah, I would do that, absolutely. I would do Orgasmo, too.
Oh, yeah.
I have seen Orgasmo.
That's the man notes.
It's funny, man. God, I got to get back on the Unsolved Mysteries train, man. I watched the first season and I was addicted to it. Then I was watching the second season and I started losing interest, and had to go to something else. But don't they have like every Robert Stack season on there now?
They're working on it. I think there's like 10. They're at 7 now or 8.
Yeah, that's quite a bit. So like I don't even know if I should even figure out where I left off in the second season.
It's taken a while because they're actually like filling in like...
Oh, the updates.
Yeah, updates.
Oh, I think they're moving pretty fast. I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
But I haven't even watched past the first season really. A little bit of second season, but I need to watch it again.
Did you ever watch The Graduate?
No, I never did.
It's kind of funny watching it as an adult because it's kind of like, wait a minute, he was fucking the mom and the mom's like, oh yeah, just don't have sex with my daughter. And he's like, he just does it. And then like all of a sudden he decides he loves her and he's going to stop the wedding. It's like, you just met her, man. Fuck the mom.
No, I never watched it, man.
It's better if you watch it as like the main character is like this sadistic guy that just wants to ruin the girl's life. That's the only way it works as a comedy. Yeah. That's the only way it works as a comedy for me.
God, no. It's so funny. This wedding makes no sense. The woman behind James Hong is fucking clearly like Filipino or something. Like they just throw whatever Asians they want.
She looked good in that dress. Son of a bitch. Why is he mad?
Why are they getting married so fucking fast?
Yeah, that's kind of like it is in The fucking Graduate, actually. And here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you will know.
No.
Punk.
They also did this bit on The Simpsons too, right?
Yeah.
Where Mr. Burns and Grandpa Simpson were fighting over Marge's mom.
I've actually only seen like the first 4 seasons of The Simpsons.
What's that?
I've actually only seen like the first 4 seasons of The Simpsons.
Are you fucking serious?
Because that's the only box sets I have.
So have you seen that episode though?
I don't know. Maybe.
Mrs.
You said that they did it on The Simpsons, and I just assumed you were right because they've done everything on The Simpsons.
Yeah, as the joke goes. But man, you gotta watch 5 through 8. To me, season 2 through 8 is just fucking about as masterclass as it gets. You don't really have to watch anything after that. 9's still decent, and 10's okay, but after that, it just turns to shit. But like fucking
yeah, I was buying them because like the box sets were getting really like
$9.99.
Yeah, they were all like going down in price, and then whenever they did, I'd buy the next one I needed.
They repackaged them in cheap ass fucking boxes.
Is that more recently?
Yeah, the ones you get now. When they first came out, they were like they looked the same, like visually. But like when you feel them, the old ones are really thick. Like they were almost like they were hardbound. And then when you dumped out what was it? It was like when you dumped out the insert, it had like each individual flaps for each movie and each disc, and they were all very animated. But the cheap ones have very cheap cardboard, and when you dump out the thing that holds the discs in the middle, it's cheap. It's just 4 little piece like plastic sleeves. Like a book now. It's just real cheap, but the price is right.
I'm pretty sure it's not even that simple. If you book them, they will come. You gotta pay them. You gotta like guarantee them a certain amount of money and shit.
Yeah, except they're riders. They're gonna have tour riders and demands and.
I'm reading in the trivia that that's what the Brown M&M joke was based on.
Van Halen. It was based on Van Halen.
Yeah, I guess Van Halen put that in theirs just to, I think,
to see if they were listening and actually reading.
Yeah, just shit. It was supposed to be kind of a joke.
Yeah, and they wanted to see like Eddie Van Halen wanted to make sure and just test to see if they're really fucking reading this shit. I guess people were fucking up or whatever, and yeah, I don't know, or maybe it was David Lee Roth. I don't remember which one it was.
And apparently, like a venue that didn't read it. They wanted them to read it to make sure that the stage was secure and everything, because all the heavy equipment and everything. And I guess one of the stages collapsed, so they didn't read it.
How do we get back?
I like Van Halen.
I like Van Hagar.
I like Van Hagar too. I like Van Hagar better.
I've never really listened to him. I just know him.
I know you're fucking trolling, but I do like him.
And get higher and higher.
We're losing everybody right now, Zach. Let's stop. That's a
good song.
It's Save Up All the Tears That You've Cried. Oh, that's what dreams are made of. Yeah.
I thought he said, we're making love.
No. This is fucking weird.
Thelma and Louise River.
You know, I've never had the desire to really fucking bond with this fucking movie, Thelma and Louise.
I've never seen it.
It's a chick flick, man.
It's got Brad Pitt in his first role, apparently. Probably not his first. No, that one fucking horror movie was his first role.
California?
Cutting Class, I think is what it was called.
Oh, I never seen that. He was in this movie called California with David Duchovny and Juliette Lewis.
Oh, yeah.
California with a K, because they're hip.
California love. Dun, dun, dun.
Dude, I gotta say, I'll tell everybody out there, as we've mentioned before, on Zach's other podcast, Mac and Zach Save the World, which you guys should go subscribe to, by the way. You guys usually do these covers, and you sent me a snippet. You don't want me to tell, right? Do you guys keep those surprises?
I finished so many of them because I didn't actually. I was supposed to like go visit family, but I didn't get to. So, but we were planning on recording and stuff. But of course, whenever I decided, I just stay home. Then you had to go to the Metallica show and stuff. So I had a lot of time to record a bunch of stuff.
Dude, the fucking rap god is fucking awesome. Dude, you did such a good job.
So you listened to the whole... I sent you the whole one, the whole song. That one.
Yeah, I listened to it.
Yeah.
It was funny. And I was trying to decipher if you did the really fast part is good or not, or if you were like mumbling stuff. I'm like, did he get every word? Because like the really fast part, you know?
The words are all there, but like I'm mumbly as fuck anyway, so you'll probably already have a hard time understanding me. I didn't like the energy of it because usually I try to make sure I keep up this energy, but it was going on so long that I was just kind of recording shit and like that was good enough. Click, 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 click.
You didn't do that in one take though? Surely you didn't.
No,
there's no way.
That took like 5 fucking hours to do.
You did that all in one night?
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's great. It's great though, man. I think you need to put like together a now. That's what I call music compilation. I want like an MP3 copy of all these songs you've done, every one of them, and put a little make a little playlist.
We'll put them on Bandcamp for free.
Yeah, man, the Zach collection.
A lot of people's girlfriends are in there. Ah, it's already over?
Yeah, it went by fast.
This is the last time
look,
see
look, there's like 1,000 people in that crowd.
Yeah.
Look at him. Look at that. Look at that. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
What fucking...
Ladies and gentlemen, there's some bad red rope licorice being passed around.
Who are these fucking people
lines.
coming out of the limos? Wouldn't it be fucking weird for Garth to be fucking that chick who looks just like him? Why would you be attracted to that?
Why not?
It's weird, man. Ed O'Neill didn't have enough screen time, if you ask me. Glenn, Ed O'Neill.
They should have got him to play Steven Tyler.
I still think he should have played. I think he should be the new Freddy
He still
Krueger.
wouldn't have had enough screen time.
I think they should get Ed O'Neill to play Freddy Krueger now. Like, he's fat and old. I still think he would have been like a perfect... He would have been... He was a dead ringer for Freddy Krueger when in like the first season of Marrow Children when he's all skinny.
Joan Jett, my first crush. Again, 2 movies we've done now.
What other movie was that?
We did Detroit Rock City. It had the Runaways.
Right. She's still hot, man.
Yeah.
And just knowing that she fucking dyked it out with Sherry Curry.
That makes it even better.
Yeah, she's incredibly attractive. Glenn Spanky Roberts. It's good, man. I hope they make a Wayne's World 3. I'm not one of these purists. It's like, oh, don't do it. To me, if they've already sort of wrecked the legacy of the first one with the second one, then you might as well. Who gives a fuck? Do a third one, right? To me, that's my opinion. It's
do
like
18 more.
Well, it's when Bill Murray didn't want to do a third one because the second one shit on the legacy, according to him. But I like the second Ghostbusters. I'm like, then you have nothing to lose with doing a third one. You can right the wrong of the second one and do it the way you want to kind of make amends for it. Or if it doesn't turn out to do that, then whatever. You have another movie that's on par with the second one.
They could bring Egon back. They could still do it. They could bring Egon back with CGI like they did on Star Wars.
Oh, with Peter Cushing. But I'm saying, like, it's not going to hurt it. The second one didn't taint the first one, so a third one won't taint the first one.
This is hilarious.
What? Is there post credits?
Oh, you're not watching it anymore?
You're 5 seconds ahead of me, dude. Here it. Oh, yeah, that's right. The Indian. They're on the ground.
It's making fun of that public service announcement.
I used to watch that all the time because they'd play it, like, on Nick at Night.
And that guy wasn't even really an Indian dude.
What, is he Mexican?
He's something. The guy in the PSA.
Oh, the guy in the PSA.
I think I remember hearing that.
Because back in like the early 90s, Nick at Night, they used to play old commercials too. And shit like that. It was kind of cool. Old ads, old PSAs. And they'd play that Crying Indian PSA in between like Bob Newhart show and I Love Lucy and stuff. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
See?
Somewhere somebody's listening to this like, they are not Indians. They are Native Americans. Indians are from India.
Dot or feather?
Oh, yeah. Both.
Frankenstein by Edgar Winter.
Did you ever hear the version of this song me and Mac did for the Mac and Zach where we're saying, Mac and Zach, save the world, party time, excellent? Or did you hear it and just think it was the Wayne's World theme?
I don't think I heard it. I tried listening to some of your archive because I really like your guys' podcast a lot, and I listen to it whenever you guys put it up. I'm a fan. That's Benjamin. But no, I tried listening to some of the archival stuff before Matt got a good microphone, and I just couldn't do it. Like, I can't go back to that. I can't go back to,
Yeah, our older stuff was way different. It's before we went full Mac and Zach.
Yeah,
before we started talking about fucking kids and stuff. We had to like gradually build up to that.
But it's just
like if you just come out of the gate like I want to fuck a kid first episode, people are like, I don't like this humor.
Yeah,
Click.
You got to earn their trust to betray it.
Yeah,
but no, it's like same thing. I don't know if I could go back and listen to our old podcast from like fucking 7 years ago. Fuck, I used to do podcasts talking on my cell phone next to the fucking street, next to fucking traffic, walking home.
I remember those days.
Yeah, they were like, we just didn't care. We were super like, I'd call in from. It was more like a radio show like thing, because people call in all the time and on the phone with radio, and I don't know, but like now I like the quality better, and I don't know. It's hard going back and listening to even us, like some of our podcasts where somebody's audio fucks up, and it's I guarantee you, like every time my audio failed and we have to replace it with like the backup audio, and it's not quite as good as your audio or whoever's audio, I guarantee you it's always like one of the best podcasts we've ever done. It never fails. Our Evil Tunes podcast is fucking hilarious. Of course, my audio's kind of a little fucked up on it.
We had to use the backup for everything on that one.
Oh, I know. Well, you know what? To be honest with you, that's better than like I don't know. It doesn't matter, but it's funny though because I love that one. And
like
it's tough
if
for me.
One of them sounds bad, then everybody should, so that's more consistent. Is that what you were gonna say?
I was gonna say that, but then I stopped because I didn't want you to get the idea that that's what we should do whenever mine fucks up. Because
yeah.
I don't know. It's fine. But anyway, the movie's over.
We also got Bill and Ted 1 and 2 on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I see. Oh, they got Once Bitten Jim Carrey on here.
Oh yeah.
Do you see that right there? Is it got the same
Teen Wolf?
Dude, Once Bitten would be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. When's the last time you saw that?
It was a while. I think I've only seen it once too.
I haven't seen it since the mid 90s. I remember it because I used to play it on USA all the time. So I watched it a handful of times, but it was all a long ass time ago. I'd like to watch that.
We were going to do Teen Wolf at one point.
Yeah. I'd rather do something weird like Once Bitten, to be honest with you.
Oh, we should do Jeepers Creepers.
No, man. I
It's
can't.
a child molester that fits right in with us.
I can't support that motherfucker. Hey, us.
Right in with us.
No. He doesn't speak on behalf of revivalhouse.net, folks.
I just pulled you right under the umbrella and you didn't even notice.
Yeah, I know, it's fucking gross. But there's also this movie. We're looking at the recommended movies on Amazon Prime. That's what we're going over here. They got Bill and Ted 1, 2. They got Once Bitten, which I really want to do actually. Teen Wolf, Jeepers Creepers. But if you look all the way to the right, do you see that fucking shitty Christian Bale movie, Harsh Times?
Oh yeah, I see it.
Have you ever watched that? It's he plays a white like cholo, and he has this fucking annoying ass like Mexican gangster accent the whole fucking movie.
That sounds genius.
It's horrible.
Oh, they
It's
put
so
Roseanne
bad.
on here.
What's on here?
They put the Roseanne show.
Oh, really?
That's what I'm seeing.
Is it like just like a collection? Yeah, the complete first season. Holy fuck!
Looks like
I know
all
what
of them.
That's awesome, man. Well, I know what I'm watching in bed tonight. It's none of that Netflix shit where it's just like Roseanne Volume 1, Volume 2, where it's just selected episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they got the fucking Dead Zone on here too?
The movie or the TV show?
The movie.
Oh, okay, I see it.
Fuck yeah, man. Well, I'm in for a treat. But we're going
There's
to let
some
you
good
guys...
stuff on here, but they never it's never easy to find new stuff.
I absolutely hate the Amazon video. I hate that. I hate the layout. It's so fucking difficult. And yeah, it's a pain in the ass. It's so hard. I think everybody should just copy Netflix. Just copy the way Netflix does it, and I'd be totally happy. Because this is bullshit. Yeah, there's so much good stuff on here, man. It's just so hard to navigate through. But anyway, we're kind of getting off topic with all these wonderful things that we should do commentaries of. I really think we should do Once Bitten. But let us know if you'd like to see Once Bitten or any other movie. Keep the requests coming. We got a slew of requests in the last week that, I'd love to do Psycho 2, 3, things like that. And even 4.
Yeah.
I'd like to complete the trilogy of Sleepaway Camp. There's a lot of shit we should do. But and yeah, like I really enjoyed the recommendation of Friday the 13th, the series. I'm thinking we should get that doll episode downloaded and try it out, Zach.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a lot of fun. So if we do that, yeah, I'm totally down for that. I think that should be. And I want to do the episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark with the pinball machine for some damn reason, or Zebo, right? Because that's an old school one that'd be fun to talk about. But anyway, be on the lookout for all that stuff coming soon. And when you guys are on the YouTubes, subscribe there. And if you guys are on the YouTubes, don't forget that we're on iTunes as well, and that's where you're going to get the non-neutered versions of these podcasts. Obviously, YouTube does not let us put licensed music. We can't do any fun little audio clips. Basically, we can't quite have as much fun. So on iTunes, you're going to have completely unedited, and they're just much better. And they usually go up a day earlier too, almost always. So that's fantastic as well because they always go on there first. And we'll get on Google Play. Zach, we got to do that, man. Let's try and do that.
Yeah, we do. I remember trying to set it up one time, and it needed me to do something with the email address, which I couldn't get into.
I'll help you out. You want to do it tonight real quick?
Yeah, if you want.
But yeah, we'll get right on being on Google because we want all you guys. We don't want to segregate. We want to bring you guys together to the Revival House. And but yeah, anyway, when you get on iTunes, YouTube, whatever your poison is, make sure to leave us likes or 5-star ratings on iTunes. Share us with your friends. And, let's get this podcast commentary revival going. But that's really all I got. You got any final words, Zach?
Suck a
Bye, everybody.